Good evening, folks, and thanks for joining us once again for yet another wasted night. Tonight, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to take you on a local tour of some rock and roll sites, so some places where famous artists have played or have some kind of connection with the area. So let's get started. My first little rock and roll adventure I'd like to take you on takes us to the Royal Borough of Falkland in Fife. Falkland was once the royal hunting estate for Scottish monarchs from the 11th century onwards, and it boasts a pretty impressive palace as well as some stunning views of the local Lomond Hills. It also has the oldest tennis court on the planet and has been made famous even more so thanks to the hit TV series Outlander. One thing that a lot of people don't know about the village of Falkland is that it was the ancestral home of the Cash family. Yes, that Cash family, Johnny Cash's family, descended from a little place called Strathmiglo just outside Falkland. Johnny Cash was very proud of his Fife roots, so much so that he played a televised concert in Falkland Palace in 1981. If you go from the fountain in Falkland and head in a southern direction, you get to a small little green where you can find a memorial bench to both Johnny and his wife June. So, in honour of the man in black, the honorary Fifer, this next song is a Johnny Cash song, and I needed to find myself a June Carter to sing it with me. So I asked my wife, Kim.
Hi.
You've never sang live before, have you?
No, never.
And you would never call yourself a singer?
Definitely not, no.
But I've roped you into this, so
Yep.
you think you'll enjoy it?
I think so. One thing the Spires has taught me is life's too short, so thought why not? Every day's pretty much the same, something else to do.
Good gal. This one's dedicated to Jamesy of the iHobos. Get well soon, man, after recovering from your operation. Cheers. Ready?
Ready.
Well, I got arms.
And I've got arms.
Let's get together and use those arms. Let's go. Time's a wasting. Well, I got lips.
And I got lips.
Let's get together and use those lips. Let's go. Time's a wasting. A cake's no good if you don't mix the batter and make it. And love's just a bubble if you don't take the trouble to make it. So if you're free to go with me, I'll take you quicker than a 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Time's a wasting. Yeah. Well, I got arms.
And I've got arms.
Let's get together and use those arms. Let's go. Time's a wasting. And I got lips.
And I got lips.
Let's get together and use those lips. Let's go. Time's a wasting. A cake's no good if you don't mix the batter and make it. And love's just a bubble if you don't take the trouble to make it. So if you're free to go with me, I'll take you quicker than a 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Time's a wasting. Let's go. Time's a wasting. Let's go. Time's a wasting.
Only the moment's time.
You would be hard pushed to find any place in the world that has as much history in such a small area as the Heritage Quarter in Dunfermline. The Heritage Quarter contains the birthplace of kings and queens and of worldwide movers and shakers, and the resting place of saints, as well as some of the oldest buildings in Scotland. As much as I would love to harp on about all that geeky historic stuff, I am purely interested in music history today, and we could not talk about Scottish punk rock without mentioning a band from Dunfermline called the Skids. For me, the Skids are one of the best bands ever to come out of Scotland. They just have a shitload of fucking great songs, and that's what I love about them. I think they were probably a bit overlooked at the time. They're probably still very underrated, but I think songs like Into the Valley, Working for the Yankee Dollar, Scared to Dance are relevant today, and a lot of the lyrics to these songs were written here at the Carnegie Library. Richard Jobson used to go in here and work on his lyrics and leaf through some of the books for inspiration. One of the songs that he wrote in this building was later covered by two of the biggest bands on the planet, U2 and Green Day. In 2016, they recorded this song, The Saints Are Coming.
Cried to my daddy on the telephone, how long now? Till the clouds unroll and you come home, the line will. But the shadow still remains since your descent, your descent. I cried to my daddy on the telephone, how long now? Till the clouds unroll and you come home, the line will. But the shadow still remains since your descent, your descent. The saints are coming, the saints are coming. See, no matter how I try, I realize there's no reply. The saints are coming, the saints are coming. See, no matter how I try, I realize there's no reply. A drowning sorrow floods the deepest grief. How long now? Till the weather change condemns belief. The storm says this paternal God once had its day, once had its day. The saints are coming, the saints are coming. See, no matter how I try, I realize there's no reply. The saints are coming, the saints are coming. See, no matter how I try, I realize there's no reply. See, no matter how I try, I realize there's no reply. See, no matter how I try, I realize there's no reply.
Rude Boy is a 1980s British cult film directed by Jack Hassan and David McGay, which was filmed in 1978 and early 1979. The film is sort of part fiction, part rockumentary, and tells the story of a young Clash fan who leaves his dead-end job in London to become a roadie for the band. It's not aged very well. It's pretty corny in parts, but it's got some really cool footage of the Clash, and it also shows Dunfermline back in the day. I would advise any Scottish punk rock fan or Clash fan to check out the movie, even if it is a bit corny, because some of the gig footage is just insane, and the footage from the Kinema ballroom is particularly amazing. The crowd invade the stage. It just really shows what a gig was like back then, during the punk explosion. The whole movie's actually up on YouTube, and if you're a geek like me, you will notice the blooper. You can see the tour van is heading into Dunfermline outside the park, but then the Uckert Flats are on the driver's side, meaning that the van is leaving Dunfermline. Then it cuts back to the main character, who is on the passenger side, and you can see the Scout Hall, which is still standing there today, on the edge of Uckert Crescent, heading back to Dunfermline. Jesus Christ, I really need to get a fucking life. When Johnny comes marching home again, hurrah, hurrah. He's coming by bus or underground, hurrah, hurrah. A woman's eyes will shed a tear to see his face so beaten and fair. Just around the corner in the English Civil War, it was still at the stage of clubs and fists, hurrah, hurrah. When a well-known face got beaten to bits, hurrah, hurrah. Your face was blue in the light of the screen as we watched the speech of an animal scream. The new party army was marching right over our heads. Alright. I told you so, hurrah, hurrah, says everybody that we know, hurrah, hurrah. But who hid the radio under the stairs? Who got caught out unawares? The new party army came marching right up the stairs. When Johnny comes marching home again, hurrah, hurrah. Nobody understands it can happen again, hurrah, hurrah. The sun is shining and the kids are shining out. It's shining through a crack in the clouds. The shadows keep on falling when Johnny comes marching home. Right, Johnny? Coming home. For the last rock and roll adventure, I'm going to take you to the closest location to my house, which is just down the road here. So come along with me and Eloise, let's go. So the building behind me here is a sheltered accommodation for the elderly, but at one point it used to be a youth club, and I shit you not, without a word of lie, Judas Priest, the Judas Priest, played here. How one of the biggest bands in metal played in a small youth club in Kincardine is a mystery to me, but you can find the set list up on Last FM. It definitely did happen, folks, I'm not talking shit. As much as I like a bit of variety in my sets on the Yet Another Wasted Night streams, I draw the line at playing a metal song on a punk rock stream. Thankfully, there is another place of interest nearby. That's not the only thing to have happened in this neck of the woods. Come with me, there's somewhere else I want to show you. This is where it all began, folks. My parents used to own this garage, and this is where me and Jim and Callum Snowden formed Alchemy 600. I was on drums, Callum on guitar, Jim on bass and vocals. Lots of great memories in this place. This is where it all began, and without this garage there probably wouldn't be this stream. That's an interesting thought, isn't it? Here's a little song we played back in the garage days, and I want to dedicate this one to Callum Snowden, to Jeffrey Nicholson, to Ryan Gordon, to Neil Dawson, and of course to Jim and Amy, and wish them a very happy birthday. Have a great night, folks. See you soon.
On the floors of Tokyo, or down in London town to go home. With the record collection and the mirror's reflection, I'm a dancing with myself. When there's no one left inside, in the crowded lonely night. Well, I wait so long for my love vibration, and I'm dancing with myself. Oh, we're dancing with myself. Oh, dancing with myself. If I had a chance, oh, that's a world of dancing. I'll be dancing with myself. If I lose all over the world, and there's every type of girl, but your empty eyes seem to pass me by, leave me dancing with myself. So let's take another drink, cause it don't give me time to think. If I had a chance, oh, that's the world of dancing. I'll be dancing